Isn't it?
Well, we've only one last flick.
Yeah, what's up? Huh? Damn the game. About to kill the Lord. See how's it coming? You never seen that coming. About to kill the Lord for it. Nothing on it. How to kill the Lord. Well, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna finish playing my game. Love you, bye.
Just to look. Straight ahead.
Almeidria.
There she is! Almeidria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dan Rich.
Almeidria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like the rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in Miez. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
Darkness! And we are the light!
To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almeidria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people
Come on.
followed.
Oh, now she won't be all buddy-buddy with him because he called her a friend. She pretty easy.
And knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command.
Not
And
for long.
now, You will witness what that power's truly capable of.
Capable of.
Mistbolt!
Come here, Bambi. Uh-oh. She's got a dragon. Ha!
Enjoy your meal.
Well, and well.
Sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Zephyr Trident! Fire just happened! Zephyr Trident!
I was like, well, and now we're back.
Here, let me help!
Damn, she coming at me with that shit.
First aid!
She coming at damn, she coming at me again, bro. She coming at me, 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 she coming at me.
Let me help! First aid! Here's a healing art! Here, let me help! Here, let me help! First aid! Here's a healing art!
Oh, get out the way, get out the way. Nah, bitch. Take that shit away. You think you got them? You got them? Oh no! You ain't gonna do that. You know what? Oh, boy! Hot dog it! Keep it spinning! Hot dog! Hot dog! She come for me! She come for me, bro! She come for me! She like, get up! Get up with that bullshit! Oh no! Get up there and fuck him up! Oh, you can't do it, huh? That's okay.
What's she
This
doing
is
now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! First aid!
Oh no! We get like that!
Healing art! First aid! Here, let me help! Here, let me help! First aid! Here's a healing art!
No further.
Zephyr Trident!
Ooh-wee.
First aid!
Fuck it.
Here's a healing art! First aid! Here, let me help! First aid! Let them march in the wind! Sleep now! Where are you going? More for the stockpile! Zephyr Trident!
Coming in with the boom, 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 and the bang, bang, and the boom, boom. I'll check it out. Oh, what you want to do? Ooh, you thought you had me, bitch.
I can carve through or rending you apart.
Don't you shoot that green shit at me. Don't you shoot that green shit at me.
No further.
Zephyr Trident!
Oh shit, 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 shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh no, no, no.
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
You gonna get you, bitch. You just hang in there. You just hang in.
They're attacking separately.
can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster
Oh
first.
shit!
Laser spear. Here's the evil.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away!
Here, let me help. Hang down. Here's a healing art now. First aid. Here, let me help. You will. First aid. Here's a healing art. Here's a healing art. First aid. Here, let me help.
Power. Wits about you, people.
In here. I'll never forgive you.
What?
I'll take you down.
Oh, she said, I'll fucking kill your dragon!
You don't scare me.
I can carve through!
Hit her now. Raging cascade.
She stole that shit!
In here.
She said, bitch, what?
More from the stockpile. Raging cascade.
That's fucking funny, she said.
A new lease on life.
No dawn shall break this night.
Eagle Ray.
Dance on the wind.
Zephyr Trident. Think again. Lightning Orb. I never miss. Lightning Orb.
Oh, kill your dragon first, princess. And then what dragon, son? You're next.
Here, let me help. First aid. Zephyr Trident. Waterfall. Think again. Zephyr Trident. You won't get away with that. Mega Ray. It's time to finish this. Die. Consuming wildfire. Here, let me help. First aid. Here's a healing art. First aid. Photon Blast. Zephyr Trident. Zephyr Trident.
Her master core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't. Zephyr Trident. Photon Lightning Arc Seal. Confiscated.
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity.
Chaotic disaster.
Denied.
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
You will suffer.
Here, let me help. First aid! Here, let me help. First aid! Here's a healing art.
No dawn shall break this night.
Zephyr Trident! Lightning Orb! Raging Cascade!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity.
Here!
Chaotic disaster.
Here, let me help. I was overconfident. Think again.
Will suffer.
This is some punishment.
Here, let me help. First aid! Here's a healing art. First aid! Here, let me help. Here's a healing art. First aid! Here, let me help. Here, let me help.
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending.
I couldn't make it in time.
Here's a healing art! Here, let me help! First aid! Here's a healing art! First aid! Glacial, where are you going?
Raging cascade! In here! I'll be not in your dreams!
Eagle Ray!
Photon!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall
How do you stop with that?
Chaotic disaster!
Take this!
Dance in the wind!
Glacial,
Another incantation ruined.
You will suffer!
Glacial, here's a healing art! First aid!
Zephyr, I'll end you! Astral energy! Full throttle!
We take down the dragon. I was like, oh.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Rinwell.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you.
I won't kill you.
I'll take you in and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A dead, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to.
How about this?
It's not about what you think.
It's not about what you
Or
think.
being Danon or Renan.
Or Danon or Renan.
Because you
Because
atone for the crimes you
you
committed.
atone for crimes you committed
That's all.
against Donkey Kong.
It's that swordsman again.
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
He's like, you pussies ain't trying to kill her.
Wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganath Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Let's go, baby. New sword, new me. I got a gold sword now, bitch.
Cut me down.
Go with me! Let me go!
Shionne!
Alvin!
Oh, don't you take my main bitch! Don't you take my main character, because that's what I'll be fighting with. Don't you fucking do it!
Alvin!
Oh, thank you. Uh-oh.
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
She gave up on him because he touched her and that shit. He's like, oh, bitch! What the fuck was that? And he's like, oh, what's going on? He said, holy shit! He touched her and he got electrocuted and he was like, damn, bitch!
I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
he's created.
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dena. To my home.
Alphen.
Naori.
Alphen. Live for me.
No. Naori. No! Wait, please. Wait, What was that?
That raises more questions than answers.
That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone?
That was foolish to grab too, though, because
I need to find him. Better start looking.
Looks like we get to see his face now. I'm a butterfly!
Shion. I... Damn it.
Be still! Stardust! Nah! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Shockwave flash! Wind! Rising Falcon! Wind! Mirage! Severing wind! Mirage! Mirage! Shockwave flash! This one's all mine! Be still! Mirage! Eat dirt! Mirage! Severing wind! Shockwave flash! Shockwave flash! Shockwave flash! This should do it! Shockwave flash! Wind! Severing wind!
Oh, I almost shouldn't be able to use it either. Damn.
Dazzle! Lightning thrust! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Severing wind! 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 It's on! Wind! Eat dirt! Severing wind! There! Wind! Great! Next! Severing wind! Severing wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage!
It's just, you feel like just some guy fighting. This just struggles real too.
Mirage! Severing wind!
You picked the wrong fight! There! Wind! Mirage! Severing wind! Mirage! Severing wind! Mirage! Severing wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Wind! Mirage! Severing wind! Ah! Severing wind!
I know, right? I feel it too.
Alvin?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistlein. Kisara and La are already there.
Finwell, where are we?
Ganeth Haros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Huro senses an owl around here. Speaking of Thistlein, it's populated by Dahnans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Dahnan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alvin's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Discourteous, aren't you?
Wind! Lion!
Let me help!
Severing wind!
Fire's fantastic! Course in this blade! Is it hot? Dispatch it out again!
Wind!
Fire's fantastic! Course in this blade!
Grant me the strength to march on!
Sharpness!
Shockwave blast!
Another incantation
Wind!
ruined!
Concentration!
Seismic rupture! Wind! Crescent flash!
Fall
On
into
your
my own
knees.
death!
Severing wind!
Concentration!
Air pressure!
We require a hand.
Fall into
Shine!
my own
Severing
death!
wind!
Force of regeneration! Can't get out of this!
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Everlasting
Not in
dark.
your dreams!
Negative gate!
Wind!
On your knees!
Raging storm! More with that
Severing
storm!
wind!
Air pressure!
Now!
Mirage! Doubling! In an instant! Impact block!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Reach astral energy! Dance in the wind! Sleep well.
Mirage!
I'll be saving this one.
Severing wind! Ether! Severing wind!
Too much to handle?
Mirage! Severing wind! Mirage!
In here!
Execution!
I'll be
Wind!
saving this one. Blah, 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 magic! Tidal wave!
Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Raging storm! Celestial hammer! Confiscated!
Severing wind! Mirage!
Arctic waterfall! I felt better, that's for sure. You're saying we should check the Alp forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegis.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dano. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crash on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imerys.
Imerys? As in Shion Imerys?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the Spirit Channeling Ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tale of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. Pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me.
I'm so old, I got a scripture written about me.
So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined.
Come on.
Stop. Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
He said, over 300 years ago, I'm so old, I got a scripture written about me. It's like that. He slapped the shit out of them motherfuckers.
Listen. What you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shionne? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shionne too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Hey, babe. Hey, babe. What you doing? Why it sound like you're in the car right now?
I am.
Where you going?
Nowhere.
Why in the car?
I'm on my break.
Anyways. Alright, so he finally remembers who he is and where he come from, where he's been. And, turns out that he was captured and experimented on to become the Sovereign, right? Then something went wrong and he almost destroyed Lenegis. And she goes, well, he said Shionne didn't remember you, blah, 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 right? Then another guy who was from Lenegis goes, oh, right, there was a scripture of an incident that almost happened that almost destroyed Lenegus. That was almost 400 years ago. And they go, damn! He goes, I kind of knew all this. He goes, all that preaching about how I'm gonna end suffering, I probably got more blood on my hands than all the other lords. I'm so bad that they have a scripture about me. I was like, hell nah! Hell nah! They do know. They got a scripture about his ass. And he's like, I'm so ancient. I'm so ancient, they got a scripture about me. I was like, that's like that. You know what I'm saying, baby? He over 400 years old.
That's funny.
He all tripping about it. He's like, my baby dead. She dead. She dead.
What were you watching?
Oh, it's my game.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
Oh, you pussy. You still there, babe?
Yeah, you check the mail?
Nah. I'll let you do it.
And where's the new mail? Where's the other mail key?
I'll get it out when I'm ready.
So where should we take Mama Sunday?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. I already have it all. What about Texas Roadhouse?
Yeah, let's do that.
What?
That's with the chicks, right?
Oh, that's Rex.
Oh, let's go to Rex.
No, we're not taking my mama to Rex.
Why not?
Texas Roadhouse. It's not about you and your little horny ass fantasies.
It's got good food though.
No, it don't.
There's this one thing I really like.
No, it don't.
We'll talk about it when you go.
Email.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks so necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What's it gonna be?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
Right now!
Griping and do it already!
Get your woman, boy!
Listen,
Wow,
you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
I believe in you, Alphen, too. Even though we made it this far off the backs of off her back, but we got this. We don't need her. We're gonna get our asses good.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us, You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
Ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
What I've been fighting for is equality.
Back to the inn, I guess. What will I even accomplish going alone?
You ain't going alone, dumbass. The whole team's coming with you.
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp!
Poor Alphen didn't make it.
If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy. Fine by me. Let's get to work then. Was that shell hiding something tasty? Shattering the pieces! Prepare to be seized! Now you see what I can do! Leave the inferring to me. Yeah! And the enemy wields on too.
You'll soon see about that!
What you never incantation. Forgive me. This is my fault. Now it's my turn. Shine! Our hearts are being interrupted. Rising Wyvern! You're on! Sonic thrust! It's
It's not too late to bow out.
I'm not looking to get our tails handed to us.
Regenerate! That's exactly why. He who prepares is free from regret. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with life. Resuscitation! From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul.
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation!
Can't end here.
I couldn't make it in time. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation! What is this? Shine, radiant light, force of regeneration! Forgive me. Shine, radiant light, force of regeneration! Regenerate! Shine, radiant light, force of regeneration! Regenerate! Shine, radiant light,
Hold nothing back.
regeneration! Regenerate! What everlasting darkness! Negative gate! What everlasting darkness! Negative gate! Shine! Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Beckon into everlasting darkness! Negative gate! Now another! On your knees! Air pressure! Everlasting darkness! Negative gate!
Not today.
I'm on it! Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Yeah.
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, Thistleland kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
Good time, Sovereign.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait, don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine, let's get going.
Okay. Why?
Damn it.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're having fish for dinner tonight. Thistleum was founded by Danans fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danans just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
When he broke that mask, magically mask, to keep him from feeling any pain. He went to grab that hand and he was like, holy shit, this is what pain is. This bitch been zapping me like this entire time. Bitch got problems. She's like the main man I wanna bang. He feels pain now. We miss our opportunities. Enough! Know who it is? Shit.
Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Xion?
Of course not. Xion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Xion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
See how it's like, or don't. I don't give a fuck. Oh my damn, Kisara.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
I still can't? Oh wow. Goddamn.
You're saying we should check the owl fort? First? You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
There it is. That's our target.
No choice. Grant me the strength to march on. That dragon does it. Win. You're on. Should have mentioned me. Radiant
Simian pest.
dragon shell. I can carve through armor. Regenerate. Super swallow dance.
Allow me to grant me the strength to march on.
Yeah. I'll crush you. Lightning reflexes. Tenebrous claw. Dragon shell.
Grant me the strength to march on.
Lion heart. Talon sword. Win. Win. Lion heart. Severing wing. You're on. Win.
Regeneration. Regenerate.
Win.
Don't
You're on.
Eagle assault!
shine.
Fall
Radiant
into
light.
thine own
Force
depth!
of regeneration. I've used too much. I really owe you. No dawn shall break. Don't stop.
Arctic waterfall!
There's always room for improvement. Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hootle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Let's see. I've cooked, cleaned, and sewn. I think that's everything for today.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? I wanted to ask you something.
I'm all ears.
How much contact did you have with the other lords back in the day?
I only saw or exchanged words with them on a handful of occasions. Not that I was particularly keen on even that much.
Almeidrea made it sound like the two of you had some kind of history together.
She was like that with all of the lords, not just me. She was always interested in who she could use, who had value for her own ends. Having said that, she wasn't quite so brazen back when we were still in Lenegis. In a sense, she may have been a victim of the crown contest as well.
Almeidrea? A victim?
To a Renan, there is no greater honor in life than being chosen to serve as a lord, let alone to go on and become the next sovereign. We are taught that from the day we leave the womb. There are few Renans who wouldn't be ecstatic at the prospect of ascending to lordship.
You were like that though, right? You've always struck me as a more grounded guy.
No sane Renan would ever dare admit that their interests lie in anything but power and prestige, even if they feel so in their heart of hearts.
The more you talk about it, the more it seems like the crown contest is nothing but misery for Renans, too.
Which is why I seek to end it. Not that I imagine Danon such as Rinwell are all that interested in hearing tales of woe such as mine. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Once we finish eating, we should get going.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
All we have to do is get rid of that thing, right?
Hi, Hoodle!
Grant me the strength to march on! Severing wind! Mirage! Wind!
Natural?
Glimmer fragment! No further!
Of course it's a
Don't suffer in silence.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shell!
Fire's fantastic! Torches this blade!
Severing wind!
Sharpness!
Dragon! I'm just getting started! Eagle assault!
Fall into the
I can carve through armor!
Force of regeneration!
Swallow day! Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Severing wind! Lion head! Severing wind! Mirage!
Fall into thine own death!
Severing wind! Sword! Mirage! Severing wind!
On thy sins.
They smite the blackened blade! Talon hurricane!
Execution!
Severing wind! Dragon shell! Mirage! Severing wind! Eagle assault!
Bathed in blood.
Swallow dare! Mirage!
Holy land!
Wind! I'm ready!
Don't get complacent.
Oh, you need to go to the bathroom, huh? Snowflake back already too? To a full party, I'm sure I'll be able to transport back.
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover! In here! I'll be safe this way! I'll be just getting started! I can do it all day!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
Oh, let's see how to get up there. No.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho!
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
Come on. He didn't say that dumb shit. I don't want to take a rest. So that's what's happening. What, man?
So Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
You're staring me down! You're just sitting there staring at me.
Okay.
I get why you're concerned, but if you don't rest when you can...
Hell yeah! There's no way you can complain about how this tastes!
Got some change, huh?
Alone. I'm all alone.
She needed herself a man to touch her. And now no man can touch her. Except for that crazy ass man right there in this room.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
She gonna turn us away. Because she's all alone. She's all alone.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in...
We're coming, baby.
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on. Are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear fault!
Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I'm tired of finding the same monsters over and over again.
This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Damn.
This will be a delicious piece of...
Okay, guys, think it's time to run.
We can run. We ran from the fight. Get down and fuck. Fighting that fight. Wait, what? The monster's gone too? Crazy. All we have to do is run. Remember that. Oh no.
No choice.
Let's kill him.
In a bind? Rolling cap! No! Can't get here! Forgive me. This is my fault. From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation! Granting the strength to march on! Freaking does it!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Severing wind!
Shut him down!
Severing wind! Armor won't save you! This one's all mine! Severing wind! You picked the wrong fight! Wind! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Severing wind! Severing wind! You're on! Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir. Wind! Smite with blackened blade! I'm ready! Wind! Take this! Severing wind!
Real stretch, guys!
Why, what she said? Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I didn't think of that? Severing wind! Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah! Severing wind! This one's carved through armor! Severing wind! Elusive deity! Wind! I'll finish you here and now! Wind!
I'm expert!
Resonate with the earth!
Not in your dreams!
Wind! Eat this! I'm ready! Wind! Tear you apart! Super Solar Rimwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
I can feel my power growing!
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh! it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let
It's
me just
over
get
now,
all
huh,
this straight.
baby?
You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
He gonna get the...
Yeah.
Oh, you got the ball.
Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts.
Ah, what?
Least of all,
Oh, you want to? Go get it. Yeah, go get it, something. Gotta be barking. I get it.
I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
Hi, Hoodle!
No further! Mirage! Eagle Severing Wind! Mirage! In the clear! Wind! Mirage! Severing Wind! I really lost my focus! Eat this! Wind! No armor can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
No! I won't give in! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this! Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Radiant ring! Silence! Watch it! Mirage! Armor won't save you! Catapult! Mirage! Uncovering wind! Catapult! Mirage!
Law!
Demon's descent! Flashing fang! Easy!
Way to go!
Regenerate! You picked the wrong fight! Win! Don't suffer in silence! Mirage! Win!
Raging!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Is it just me? Or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really?
Okay.
In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
What you do? What you do? What? Huh, baby? Huh? What you trying to do? Huh? You call me? You call me? You call me? You call me?
Here I come!
Oh, shit.
In a vine? Come on, that freaking does it!
Stay away from my friends! Severing wind!
That freaking does it!
Mirage! Severing wind! Mirage! Storm!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Watch this!
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest! Mirage!
Regeneration!
Severing wind!
Regenerate!
Mirage! Wind!
Eagle assault! Watch this! That freaking does it! Eagle fire!
And tonight's meal is on you.
Leave the enemy arc to me!
No complaints here!
Severing wind! Mirage! Wind!
I'm on it! That's enough!
Mirage! Wind! Storm!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
With this, I can become even... stronger.
You trying to play me? Huh? You trying to get my attention? You like...
Looks like some solid equipment. How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway? It's on! March on!
Severing wind!
I can carve through all!
Mirage! Wind!
Eat this!
Mirage!
Lionheart!
Take this!
All finishing enemy is on too!
We'll soon see about that.
Mirage! Wind!
That freaking does it! I shall ensure you survive this!
Try harder! can't get out of this!
Here goes!
Win! I'll bash in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
One more time!
I'm handing you a bloody bullet!
Holy light!
Roll now! Shine! Radiant light! Tear! Regeneration!
Fall into my own death!
Don't go very silent!
Time to fight!
Win!
You picked
the wrong fight! Shine! Radiant light!
Now!
Force of regeneration!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing bang!
Fall into my own death!
First strike! I'll tear you apart! Anything in armor is all mine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Armor won't save you!
You want me to throw it? You want me to throw the ball, baby? You said, you crazy, man. He's like,
You must be tired of killing me. I'm merely doing what I can. Glad you're on our side, Shilpeen.
Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate! Win! I really owe you one. You're on! Resonate with the earth!
come here. Yeah, you want to play. Yeah, this what you want to do. You want to play. You want some attention. You want to play. Yeah, you do. He said, let's play. He said, let's play, Daddy. He said, I'm getting tired of people in the hurt today. I'm getting tired of people in the hurt.
Rending you apart! Bloody hell! Be still! Eat this! Now! Hurricane! Go me! In an instant! Impact block!
So I still had room to grow.
Yeah. That's all right. Oh, that's fun. We play myself, huh? That's fun. Huh? There you go. That's fun, huh? That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you want it?
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
What? You wanna keep playing? What you trying to say? Huh? What you trying to say?
I always loved the sound of hammers banging away.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath while that thing seizes a talking meal.
Then let's show it how wrong it is. Is it trying to stop us?
Regenerate! Hit a word!
Yeah, appreciate the concern.
The sooner you stop thanking, the sooner you can start helping.
I mean, yes, sir.
Ready and where?
Sleep now.
Severing wind! Glimmer Mirage! Now I'm in the groove! Eagle Assault! Mirage! Wind! There you go! Mirage! Feel like me again! Eagle Blast!
Fall into thine own death!
Away! Now you see what I can do! Elusive Deity! Severing Pistol! I'm on it! Hitting Mirage! Hurricane!
No fight! I couldn't make it in time.
Catapult!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth!
From
Holy
beyond,
River, Holy
imbue
River!
this vanquished soul with love. Resuscitation!
Lightning
Shine!
Blast!
Radiant light! Force of
Illuminate the
regeneration!
dark!
Regenerate! Mirage! Wind! Imbue this vanquished
Celestial
soul!
Mirror!
Mirage!
I'm
Severing wind! Shine! Radiant light! Wind! Regeneration! Regenerate!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack!
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on.
Dragon Shout! This one, no! It can't end here!
Forgive me. This is my fault.
Let us take to the fray! Let us shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration! Regenerate!
Alright, the dog wants to hang out, so I'm gonna call it. Like and subscribe if you like watching my videos. I also appreciate it. Peace out.